Testopper Hackathon is to most of the people in our group, right, are not come to a stage 3 yet, right? They're all mostly on the stage 1. If you remember in my previous session, stage 1 is all about learning yourself so you can do your job or get a job. Stage 2 is all about knowing more than what you do and stand out of the crowd in your company. And the stage 3 is become an innovator and help the company or your own company in the form of revenue generation, right? So these are the 3 stages of a journey a person have to do to become a future workforce, right? And the Testopper community, what we are trying to do is help people to go, pass through these stages, right? Through Codathon stage 1, meetup and other things, stage 2, and then stage 3 through hackathon projects and things like that. We wanted to educate and help you guys to go through the stage and become. It's a journey. It's continuous learning is a journey. It doesn't start and end. We know we all have to be together to really make this happen over the period of time. Could be years, multiple years and so on. But that's how it is, right? So now, what I was thinking was it's that now, I have been at least helping you guys to come up to the mindset of doing a couple of projects. Maybe, we can form a team together and go and attend a hackathon that is external to the Testopper. So that's the thought process. And I was actually thinking about it to do sometime next year, right? To help you guys to form the team and so on. But it's that, Microsoft is doing one hackathon now. Maybe I thought it would be a good forum for us to really, get together and make a team of ourselves and go and attend this hackathon. That's the thought process. What do you guys think about it?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right. So have you?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, because end of the day, it will really help. So I saw this. This is the link. Calling all developers, engineers, business leaders to help the economy recover. Right. Code something that matters and make it open. The world changed. We are thinking adjusting our approach to new norm. One might argue that economics are taking a downturn, jobs are lost, blah blah blah. On one hand, business seeing 3 years worth of digital transformation in 3 months, while other businesses are struggling to stay afloat. As we flatten the curve together, we are seeing a ramp in utilization of modern digital tools. Now more than ever, the power of cloud is enabling new ways to work, and the need to build new innovative applications and business models that serve the need of the new norm is essential. Microsoft brings to you a Microsoft Encode, September 21st to 27th. Join us virtually and expand beyond the limits of your current computing platform with free to build, manage, and deploy your application anywhere with Azure. Use your preferred languages, framework, infrastructure to build something innovative and something open, either an open source project or using open source technologies. There are 4 key verticals we invite you to hack to help organizations recover and help business leaders imagine the art of possibility. Healthcare, financial services, government, retail. Right? These are the 4 areas. At Microsoft, we believe in bringing developers, technologies, business leaders together to hack and be creative to solve most challenging situations on time. Generate energy within your engineering. Learn engineering development teams to be creative, think, collaborate, and build out of the box solutions. So this is what I really wanted to do with you guys. Learn from industry experts and mentors during the hackathon. Align this initiative to the corporate innovation motion of your organization. Compete the best minds in the industry to build the most innovative solutions to win some cool prizes. Lead the way as a thought leader in industry today. So register here. So, we can choose together. First, we need to form a team, right? So let me ask this. I'm not sure, is there any, we can all together register it as one team, okay? And the next thing that I wanted to know is, Joy, in your project, who are all regular?
Most of them are regular, Kader. I'm so happy. Yes.
How many are there in your team?
Now we are about 13 to 14 people. Except for, Gundip, he stopped a while back and now he's not showing up. So okay. I think he doesn't want to get involved, but he has not said anything to me.
Okay.
And Rajan dropped out. So we have added a few more people.
Okay.
And it's going well. I think our project is doing fantastic.
Awesome. So if you have to, what we need to do is we need to pick, a cream of the people from both the teams to form one team to participate in this hackathon, right? So what would you recommend, Joy and Shad, right? How, who would be the right person to participate in this hackathon?
You want us to call out names, Kadir?
Yeah, not
All
now,
of them are really good, so.
but you need to also see their interest, right? Who wants to, so let's do it like this. Shad, I'll give you this action point, okay? To you work with together with Joy. So what we need is, we probably need a couple of guys who are experts in cloud, couple of guys who are experts in front end, couple of guys who are experts in the back end, right? And the core guys, right? And then once we first have to form a team, right? I will support you guys on business side of it, right? Within the team. Me and maybe, who else are there in the business side? Shad is there on the business side, right? So we can support you on the business side, and let's form a team of 8 to 10 people who can participate in this hackathon. That's my thought process. What do you guys think?
This is Partha. The main hurdle, I believe, is going to be backend developers. None of us in the team are really backend developers. We are all, I at least, I don't know. I haven't seen in the Intel recruit team anybody who's solid in backend development.
Like Node.js and stuff like that, right? Database, Node.js and those kind
It
of stuff.
can be anything. It can be Spring Boot. It can be Java. It can be Python. Anything. The backend development. So if I if I generate an API specification, and even we have got tools that can generate the stubs for the backend. I'm sort of learning that now and trying to
I think
figure
Shad
out.
is the backend guy. He's a master of Python, right?
Yeah. Me and Vikas can handle the backend stuff. Whether it's in Django or Flask, uh, we can do the backend.
Right. So yeah, well, if we have strong backend, I believe we do have strong front end developers. I can put the API together. I'm working on it, but it's not a big stretch. It will take a little time. I can put the API spec together and probably create some stubs also using some code generator that can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
We'll need to figure out what we're making, right? I mean, if it's for Microsoft, it has to be something
That's the next step, right?
yeah.
Shad, my thought process is this. See, any product that we wanted to make, say this is the Microsoft stuff, right? They wanted us to build it on the Azure and stuff like that, right? So any product that we make, normally what we need is we need some designers, right? Like, the GUI designers and stuff like that, right? I'm not sure if anyone we have. If not, maybe we can ask my son. He can do some GUI design for us, right? And then the second thing is, I'm talking about the Photoshop, those kind of stuff. And the second thing is we need someone who is able to pull this together in the front end, right? Using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, whatever, right? The front end to look and feel of it, right? And then it could be, if it is a web, that's the thing. And if it is going to be on mobile, then we need to probably look at the iOS and Java for Android and for iOS, I believe C# or what is that new language that they have?
Swift.
Swift, right?
Swift, Kotlin.
Correct. So that's your front end, right? And then you have your back end. Back end, it could be Java, Python, Node.js, whichever, right? We can choose with some database. So these are the basic expertise that we need from the developer's point of view. Okay. If you wanted to form a team, then on the business side, I was looking at it. One of the idea that I have is, in our Testopper community, I was thinking who is working on these fields, right? First thing came into my mind was Apurva. If you guys know, he's a marketing guy. You know, right? Apurva Talsania, who does the marketing for Testopper community with his own team. If you don't know, and he works in Demo. maybe what we can do is we can ask him, hey, tell me something that's keep you awake in the night, right? And then we can come up with an idea. You understand what I mean, Shad? Shad, does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. So for a marketing-based product, right?
No. See, look at the screen that I'm sharing. They are asking us to do hack on 4 areas, right? Healthcare, financial, government, and retail. So what I
Yeah.
said,
This would be retail, right? What you're talking about.
the BMO, the guy Apurva that you know, right? Apurva Talsania, he works in financial services,
Yeah.
right?
Hi,
Oh, okay. Okay.
hi.
Got it.
Can I ask about the financial services? Like we've worked, like Joy and I work in the financial services for years, and now financial services are into digital. So that's the trend. So anything that's digital, like I mean, not all in Canada, not a lot of banks are into digital. There's still like, credit unions and other small banks that are not digital. And this is very fitting for COVID because not a lot of people like to go to the branch to, you know, to apply for a product. So, I mean, for financial services, anything that's digital, that would probably help.
Yeah. Hey, Clarence, how are you? By the way, the
But
hack is not about redoing something that is already there, right? We need to somehow find something that's going to that's going to solve the problem that we have, which is unique, right? That's what we need to find. And the one way to find that is based on the expertise that we have. Like, for example, in these 4 areas, what Microsoft wants to do hackathon, I have zero experience, right? Had it been a telecom, I know a lot of problems. We could have worked on one particular problem. So what if we need to understand the problem that exists in one of these 4 areas, then we need to really talk to people who have expertise in these areas, right? Meaning, when I talk about financial services, it's not only about going digital, right? Even when you are going digital, what problems you have and how can you solve that even when you are in digital could also be an option. You understand, Clarence, what I mean?
yeah,
So, one of the things that, what I'm saying is maybe right now we don't have to discuss about what idea that we are going to use to build the product as such. We don't have to worry about. But right now, first step, what we need to worry about is forming a right team, right? It could be one team or 2 team, depending upon the interest. I would prefer that from Testoper we go as one team, right? But even if it is like 2 teams, is okay. And you will get a real experience of the hackathon, what you have been learning from me, right? And which you will learn in the next 45 minutes in my next business session track. So it will kind of help you guys to really put all those things in a practice in a real thing. So that's my thought process, guys, right? I know you have a day job, even I have a day job. It's going to be tough for us for a week to hack together while we are doing the day job. But if we form a team of 8 to 10 people, we can split across some tasks among us, and we should be able to do this even if we don't do like 24/7. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I can definitely
One,
get 2 or 3 people from our team who I think would be really good. We should look for people who are specialized in an area so that we can assign them a task and make sure that it's done. So we need to make sure that all the areas of development are covered.
Correct.
Same here, Kader. From our team too, I can find about maybe 4 people who can work independently.
Right. So let's do it like this, right? Let's Joy, you talk to the people, make sure they understand the dates, right? 21st to 27th. I really want you guys to experience on this. And I'm going to be there with you guys to help you. Even though I have a day job in between, I'll join and we'll work on this together. Okay. Um, so the first thing is let's form the team together. And let's do it in a way that we will form a team of 10 people. Okay. And once we have the team, the next step, what we will do is identify, I don't know, in that team, if anyone has experience in one of these 4 verticals, right? And if they have any ideas, let's talk about it. And I will also reach out to Apurva and see, is there any practical problems that you have that you need a solution, right? Maybe he might have something for us. Or you guys can also reach out to some other people, right? If you have some expert in any of these industries, and if they believe there is a real problem that has no solution, then we can pick that idea and then we can start working around that idea on this particular hackathon. That's my thought process. One step at a time.
Yeah, that's great. I can definitely get the people, and I'll explain to everyone what the plan is and what we're doing, and the dates as well.
Okay. So let's do this, Joy and Shad. Why don't one of you guys create a WhatsApp group, okay? And then add myself, Joy, and you, Shad, three of us to start with. Or let me do that, right? I think let me create a WhatsApp group and let me add first you both, myself, and both the Shad, Joy, and myself. And then I will leave Joy and Shad to really work with others to find out first their availability, commitment, because see, this is an official hackathon, right? It is not a Testoper hackathon. You cannot just join and then walk out and those kind of things,
Yeah.
Right? So just to make sure that we have people who can commit to these dates, and they can work in the evenings, in the nights if there need be, right? Whatever. And help to build and participate in this. This is going to be a very great experience. One of the things that I wanted out of this is, one is the great experience for you guys, and then the second thing is, when you participate in this, you will all become experienced in hackathon. Then I can actually rely on you guys to run the Testoper hackathons by yourself, right? So there's multiple benefits because we are all running this community together, that we can avail out of this practical experience. Okay, so two steps, one step at a time. Step one, I'm going to create a group after this meeting, add Joy and Shad, and then let's start building the team. Step one. And then step two, let's talk to the people that we know to really find out if there is any pain that they have, a solution is required in all these four areas. But I can commit one thing. I know one area. I know a couple of people, right? I know some people in financial services. Mostly, I'm going to talk to Apurva and a couple of other people. And then in government, I know a few people, so I'll try to talk to them and I'll see if there is any idea. Then I'll try to come up, try to share it with you guys in that WhatsApp group. Likewise, we all will do, and then we will finalize and take it forward if it makes sense.
Kader, I have just an idea about the healthcare. I know someone who works in healthcare. So you know these transcriptions, medical transcriptions, right?
Yeah.
So doctors.
Joy, if you don't mind, apologies, right? The ideas we will do it as a step two if you're okay with it.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, let's form a team first, and then we will share all the ideas into that WhatsApp group, right? Let's form a separate group because this is and then let's form a separate group, and then maybe we can create a once we have the project, everything ready, we can create it as a third project in our Testoper teams, and then we can start collaborating, working on it.
Sure, Kader.
For Microsoft.
Great, Kader. I'll start talking to people in Foursquare about it. I'm gonna head off the call now. I'll be sure to watch the recording.
So let's keep a target, Shad and Joy, to form a team and finalize it. Let's say worst case by Monday, Tuesday. Then we can go here and I can officially register all the members as a team here.
Yeah, I'll do it over the weekend for sure.
Yeah, try to find out, and they have these challenges also. I'll try to read them. You also have, once we form the team, we have to read them also, right? To really understand what it is and so on.
Okay, great.
Okay, I'll let you go, Shad, and I'll continue with others.
Great. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye. All right. Good. So let's see who all we have here. Vaishali, Sarika, Partha, Pankaj, Kapil, Joy, and Clarence. Okay, good. All right. So let's get back to our hackathon. So how is it going, Joy? Your project, all good, you mentioned already, and you were able to pull together 14 people. What is that magic that you do?
Just being nice,
Joy is
Kader.
very optimistic.
Yeah.
I just give the responsibility to them, and then they make sure that they are getting it done. Partha's really good. Partha contributes a lot, so it's
Because
just a
it's
team
an
effort,
art.
Kader. It's
It's
a
an
team
art.
effort.
I'm telling you honestly. See, when I started Testoper pilot with few people, right, bringing people together to what we are today, even 10 people or 5 people, 3 people, right? It's an art. It's not a small tasks to do, right? And you have that capability, I guess. It's really good.
Thank you.
So what is there any magic that you have that I need to learn from you? Because it's a hackathon, right? And one of the biggest learning is challenge, and the learning is bringing the team together and forming a strong team, right? And probably as one of the business session today, you can probably share a couple of pointers for all of us to learn from you.
So, Kader, just as you said, I'm just being nice. That's it. I'm learning from you.
Yeah, we all are learning from each other, right? So modest of you. But is there anything that makes you to make this happen? Like, you started the study group, right? And it's been really going well. Success is not determined by number of people, right? Success is determined by the quality people who are going to be with us, continuously learning throughout the journey, right? That's the quality people, and you were able to bring in some people and do stuff. Just if you have any other pointers, I would be happy to hear. If you don't
So,
have
Kader,
any,
yes, okay. So, I believe in leading by example.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say, like, okay, I'm going to do such and such a thing, I'm going to deliver on such and such a date, I make sure I'm delivering. So I think I kind of lead by example. I'm not sure if others will agree, but that is my strong point.
I have one question. So in your team, is everyone having a day job, or a lot of people are looking for a job?
I think most of them are working, Kada. I've not asked them that question, but maybe a few of us, like Vishali, myself, we are not working.
And you're not working because you don't want to work, or you're looking for a job?
I'm looking for a job.
Okay. This is good. So it's also good to kind of understand the people who are not, looking for a job, right? There's a lot of posting happens in our jobs and all. Hopefully, it's a little bit helpful for you guys. But we are still growing, right? We are not, I've been asking a lot of community members to post jobs from their company, but a lot of people, they don't do it, right? But I keep pushing them. Like you, I don't give up, Joy.
Yes, Kada, me too. I try to learn. I'm a lifelong learner.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Okay.
Clarence knows. Yeah,
Yeah.
Clarence is also like me. She's also very hardworking. She's looking for work too.
And is she like you both are software developers, or?
We have more of an analysis QA testing background,
Okay.
functional side on the SAP domain.
Okay. And now you guys, after Testoper, you guys have become Testopers, right? More or less.
Yes, I brought her into.
Yeah. So now Joy, you have learned so many programming languages. Now you're building products, right? That's really good.
All
It's
right.
really good. Yeah, you never know, Joy, right? Even I am looking, in the past, I've done, to be very honest with you guys, I've done some startups and all, right? And then I exited and a lot of different things. Now I'm planning to kind of kick off one service company that I'm working on, right? Because the last time product company, I lost a lot of money. I don't have money. So I want to start with a service company and then eventually turn them into a product company as we start making money, right? So you never know how things will go. I really need help from you guys when I get there, right? So all these relationships that we are together really going to help us in many different ways. In fact, a lot of people reach out to me for references, and then I try to give them some inputs, give them some contacts that I know, and they apply, they get jobs and things like that, right? So whatever that I can help, I always help, and I also look forward. Because life is all about ups and downs, right? Sometimes you can help and sometimes you need help. It's all about people together. And the reason I'm telling you this is, again, from the hackathon point of view. The hackathon is a test, okay, for each one of you. It's not a simple thing as you think. The reason that the background of the reason why I asked that Joy, the question is to kind of talk about it few minutes for you guys today. It's easy to go to get a job, go to work, and do the job and come. Even if you might feel some challenges. See, every job, everything that you do have its challenge. Okay, I'm not undermining one job to another, and I'm not comparing and putting down one job to another. Okay, don't get me wrong. But however, um, comparatively, if you have experienced yourself, right, getting a job, going and doing a job for the company, depending upon the company and the pressure that you go through, depending upon your boss, the level of tension changes. But still, if you think about it, you have things under your control, right? Because you are an individual contributor there. Even though it is a team that wins, but you are always assigned a task and you are an individual contributor. When it comes to the next level, right, in the career growth, you become some lead where you're going to manage a lot of individual contributors. So the skill that you develop there is what Joy exactly mentioned, lead by example. See, it's not you become a manager, or it's not you become a director and then people start listening to you and start doing things. It never happens, right? The designation is relative. It's not something that gives you power. Maybe in the olden days, right, it might have given power, but not anymore. There are flat organizations and so on. So what is that is going to really help you to be a manager, to be a director, or to be a CEO, or to be someone who leads things? What are those characteristics? You have to think about it, right? And then you have to mold yourself to it. The first characteristics is you don't complain. You don't talk about problems, you talk about solutions. And the hackathon platform is going to really help you to do that, right? I'm not talking about the actual problems that you solve. I'm talking about individuals, personality, and so on. You don't talk problems, you talk solutions. Whatever you want, you try to do things, but you talk solutions. You don't talk problems. That's the first most important thing. And the second thing is you lead by example, what Joy basically mentioned. If you lead by example, the other people will follow you. Otherwise, other people will not follow you. Other people will start respecting you. Otherwise, other people will not start respecting you. And then the third most important thing is your knowledge. See, somebody can be a manager or director, and if he knows nothing, and people won't respect him. The knowledge plays a very, very critical role. Right? So from my point of view, I always had 5 basic principles. I always tell the people, if you wanted to really become a leader, right? The first thing is don't talk problems, talk solutions. Don't complain to others. Don't complain about others. Don't cross with others. Find a way to work together. So this is what I mean by, this is what I advise always, the first thing. And then the second thing is make sure that you are knowledgeable, right? That's actually third thing, but anyways, it's come. Let me cover this. You're knowledgeable, because the respect comes when you are knowledgeable. Otherwise, the respect doesn't come. Trust me, right? It's very important that you have that respect. You earn that respect with the knowledge that you have. So the second thing is the knowledge, and then what's the first thing? Let's see if someone is following. Partha, what's the first thing? Pankaj.
Yeah, don't talk about problems, and we talk about the solutions.
Exactly. Don't talk
Don't
about
complain.
Yeah, talk about solutions. It all falls into don't complain about others. He's not doing that. If a person goes and complains about someone else, trust me, that person is actually putting himself down, which he does not realize. Okay. And then the second thing is, like I said, is the knowledge. And then what is the third thing?
I think it is lead by example. I think.
Exactly. Lead by example. Walk the talk. Walk the talk. Lead by example. And then the fourth one is it's a very powerful thing, right? But it's very simple thing, but very powerful. Consistency. It is not important you are working 20, you are not sleeping and you are working hard for 3 days. It's not important. It's not going to make a difference. But if you wanted to do a task, right? It's like an exercise, right? If you wanted to do a task, you say, okay, in a week, I wanted to do 3 to 4 things, right? That I wanted to 3 to 4 days, I wanted to do exercise, and every day I'm going to do 1 hour. And you just do that 1 hour, 4 days a week, and that's what I mean by consistency. It's not important that you say that, you know, I'm going to work on this and I'm going to complete it in 5 days, day and night without sleeping. No, that's not what I mean, right? I'm going to work on this, I'm going to complete it, and I have a plan, and I'm going to consistently do it, you know, every day 2 hours or 1 hour, or every week 5 hours or 6 hours, and you allocate and you time manage and you do things. Time management, consistency, and all those things, consistency, all those things will fall under the 4th point. Just make sure it's consistency is the key thing. Whatever you do, even if you do in a month 30 minutes, make sure you do that 30 minutes every month on that particular task. Make a calendar. Make sure that you have that consistency. All right. Any guesses on the 5th one? Let's see if you can give me, you know, if someone is matching to my 5 examples.
Maybe have a goal and work towards the goal, an objective.
Good point.
Take your people with you.
Good point.
Mentor other people.
That falls under take the people with you, right? Mentor, yeah.
Appreciate other people.
That's also falls under people.
Or keep on learning.
Continuous learning is the fundamental, right? That's the knowledge, the second one that we talked about.
Never give up.
Never give up. It will fall under
Consistency.
yeah, consistency, and continuous learning is also falling under consistency. It's all, these are all the different names, right? But it's all consistency. Any other bright ideas? You know, my idea is, to be very honest, you already covered, you know, in a way, but I always say this: one person can never win, only the team wins. This is the reality. Okay, if someone is selfish and wants to do everything by himself without sharing with others, he never wins. He might have some short-term benefits, but he will never win in long term. So for me, the most 5th important thing is being togetherness, right? Sharing. And in a single word, I always tell them it's the team that wins. Right? So why I kind of brought up this topic is, today in our agenda is, this hackathon is going to basically help you to develop these 5 skills. The other programs that we have, which addresses category 1 and category 2 of the people, like Codathon and Meetup and so on, you know, it's going to little bit contribute on these 5 areas. But this hackathon is the one which is going to bring all those things that you're learning in all other places into one single bucket, which you put it in the form of a word innovation, for you to become successful in career, or successful as an entrepreneur in the company that you're working, or successful as an entrepreneur. And this hackathon is the one that's going to really help you to bring all these different things together. Like, you know, what you're doing when we started this whole thing, right? You guys started with learning technologies. A lot of people said, I don't even know what programming language. Doesn't matter, jump in, right? You will learn. It will create an interest in you to learn. And then we formed a team, like, you know, 4 or 5 people, and slowly today Jai is talking to me, like they have like 10 to 12 people, and Shah's team 5 to 10 people. Like now you know what difference that we have made in the life of these people. It may not be in short term visible, but in the long term you will realize over the period of time. And this hackathon is the one that's going to bring the people together. If you think about all 5 things, it is trying to solve the problem, right? It's actually trying to solve the business problems and also trying to solve an individual having an attitude who always complains, talks about problems, not solutions. So it basically brings that particular thing into existence. The first thing that we talked about. You probably have to write it down. These 5 things, very critical, right? The problems, talk about the solution. That's the first thing, right? So the hackathon is going to help you to bring that mindset, not only from the point of view of solving the problems that are out there to become an entrepreneur, but also solving your individual problem, attitude problem, because you are looking for a solution, not for a problem. And think about hackathon in another way, right? It's going to help you to become knowledgeable. Whatever that you have studied in different places, what's the point in studying a code in Python? What's the point in studying understanding what is blockchain in Meetup? What's the point in learning what is cloud in a masterclass? What's the point if you don't know how you are going to actually bring these things together? Knowledge, right? All the knowledge that you have, all the information, I'll put it like this, all the information that you have, this platform is actually helping you to convert them into a knowledge, meaningful knowledge that's going to help you how all these things, different things comes together. And I'm pretty sure you're already experiencing that, going through a couple of projects that you're doing. The second thing is knowledge. Third thing is walk the talk. This is what I was telling you. It was not an easy task to build a team and then get this project done. If you are able to do this, tomorrow you will be able to build your own team and start your own company down the line. You will, trust me. And then you will probably give me some assignments and pay me some money, trust me. But this will lead you to that level. Sponsor, Testoper, whatever. You have to walk the talk to make sure that you are able to bring people together and able to do things, solve problems, and deliver. You have to walk the talk. And that particular, the learnings you will learn in here today, being in this project. You won't learn attending the Codathon. You won't learn attending the meetup, but you will learn in this hackathon initiatives that we have taken. I know that we are doing a pilot, but still, and I'm giving you once in 2 weeks these kind of sessions to kind of give you more energy. And I'm also trying to give you some sessions on the business. So that's also knowledge. That's also an information that you're taking and bringing all these information turning all those information into a knowledge. And you're developing the skills of what to talk, earning respect among the people. You are collaborating with the people. You are able to build the people. You are able to go together and develop together. All these things you are able to do because you are walking the talk and you're leading by example and you're becoming experienced. That's the third thing. This platform is going to do that. And then the fourth thing is the consistency. It's going to help you to become consistent. Because when you have a goal, right? Somebody said goal, right? When you have a goal, in order to achieve the goal, right, you need to develop the consistency in one or other form to achieve that goal. So that's the fourth thing. I would map consistency and goal and all these things into this bucket. And then the last bucket is it's the team. Please, no one can win alone. No one can do miracles alone. Zero. It's only the team that's going to make a difference. You build something, share it with people. Let's say you start a company. Like I have done multiple companies, right? When I start a company, I have a group of people and then I equally share with them. So share your earnings, share your knowledge, share your wisdom, share everything, that good things that you have. Work together, learn together, and then become successful together. So the fifth thing is the team. So these are all the 5 things I really, really want to make sure I say it today. So you write it down and keep this like a Bible. And these are all the 5 things is going to make you a leader, make you a manager, make you an entrepreneur, make you an intrapreneur, make you an innovator, make you a good person. This is like a 5 for Moses had this 10 testimonial, what is called testimonies, right? So like that, you write it down. These are the 5 things of testopers, right? That you're going to follow to become very, very successful. If you are able to consistently do this, trust me, you would be really, really successful, and you will personally be successful. You will make testopers successful, and you will grow this community. And we are all together in this to grow this community. It's a non-profit. Nobody is making any money out of this, and will ever make any money out of this. This is a non-profit, right? So we all will grow together, and if I spread this to you, you spread this to 10 people, that 10 people spread, and everyone becomes has these 5 skills. And what happens end of the day? They become a future workforce, which is our goal of Testoper, which is our mission of Testoper. Becoming a future workforce is the amalgamation of different talents, right? You have to have a coding talent, you have to have a business talent, you have to have a technology talent, you have to have an innovation talent, and all these different talents put together, and with the continuous learning of all these talents is going to make you as a future workforce. So if you go and search in any of the place, what is a future workforce, you will actually see the future workforce is something that that a company is expecting from an individual who is working in a company to be more an adaptive talent, a creative talent who is innovative, adaptive talent who is able to work in one thing and able to pivot himself and work in other thing quickly. He has so much of knowledge, which comes inside these 5 points, right? Who has so much of knowledge that today he works in one technology, and tomorrow if I put him into something else, he will work and he will provide me the solution. Knowledge. And he doesn't come to me with problems. He's a creative thinker. He has a creative talent, meaning he's able to create things, innovate things, do things. And he's a leader. He's a manager. He is an individual who keeps up his word, walk the talk. And when he says something, he delivers. Consistency. And this is the person. I have never seen him complaining about anyone, nor anyone else complaining about him. Teamwork. See, this is what it is all about, right? If you think about it, these are the 5 pillars that's going to get you to a stage 3, right? In the way that I explained, the stage 3. So this is my first lesson for today, and the second lesson for today that I have is to cover 3 topics. Let me open. Where is what happened to that? Stopper Hackathon files. I had a business folder here. Where did I put? Maybe I put it in the general. No. Shad, do you know where did it go?
No idea.
You remember
Can you
last
check
time?
in the test super projects general?
Yeah, maybe that's a good point, right? I probably would have put, because this is for the closed group. That's a good point. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So the next 15 minutes, this is what we are going to talk today. So I'm going to give you some insights about. We talked about in the past sessions few things, right? So we talked about right now you're all more or less familiar, right? We need to solve the problems, and we need to make sure this problem is the real problem. We need to interview the customers, talk to different people. It's sometimes what happens is you might think you have an idea, but in reality, because of the limited exposure you have, there are 1,000 people already having that idea or better idea than yours, right? So Joy, you personally experienced that. you told in multiple occasions, right? On that Intel Recruit stuff, right? So this is
Correct.
all these different things that we learned together so far, right? Now let's assume that you have whatever that you learned together. Now we are going to put all these two things together to form something, right? This is I'm kind of telling you this in the form of you starting a company of your own company and becoming an entrepreneur, right? Entrepreneur, but it does not apply only for that, right? And it also applies when you're working as an entrepreneur in your company. Your company might be providing a lot of solutions to your customers, right? And you might do some idea in your company that can help your company to do better than what they are currently doing, right? It doesn't really matter. This is not only applicable for you starting your own company. This is also applicable for you working in any company. All these points. That's number one. And then number two is it's called as a pitch deck. And I have like 10 points kind of identified to share with you guys. But there are so many other things, right, that will also train you, in the process throughout. This 2 weeks session is going to continue, right, for as long as that we can do, right? Of course, we'll take a break in December and January, but I'll teach you about different organization structures. I'll talk about how it works. I'll talk about what is a business plan. I'll talk about what is a marketing plan, what is a strategy, how the strategy is built, how the organizations are run. All those different things. I'll train you as much as I know. Okay, but for this particular topic that I'm focusing on for this week and next week is all about when you have some ideas in your mind, what are all the things that you need to kind of go through to either start a company or to convince your company that you are working on to consider that your idea and get investment on your idea to execute. That's all it is. Okay, so in one single word, it's called as a pitch deck. It allows you to articulate to either your working company or to an investor if you wanted to become an entrepreneur, to kind of it's going to help you to articulate and give a message in a crisper way, so they really like you and they start investing on you, whether you're a company or an investor. But of course, investment is not only about how well you are presenting this, but it is also about is it a really worth solution that solves many problems, right? Like if we talked about Microsoft stuff and we all don't have any problems to solve. We have to go and hunt for the problems, and now we don't even know whether that whatever the problem that we will hunt will be actually a real problem or not. But to go through the experience, we can go through that, right? So that's the key message to understand. So first point here is to kind of understand what is the company purpose, right, or an idea's purpose. Whether it is if you're an entrepreneur company, if you're an entrepreneur, it's an idea. What is the purpose of whatever that you are trying to do? And you should be able to clearly mention that in a simple words. Now, when you talk about, first of all, let me make sure. I'm going to talk about only 3 things today, right? 1, 2, and 3 for today. And the others is going to be on our next session. So the first thing is company purpose. If you think about it, you have to remember 3 words, okay? The first two, normally, a lot of people will talk about is vision. A lot of people will talk about is mission. And sometimes the people talk about is called as a massive transformative purpose. You probably wanted to write it down, right? When you're starting something, right, you need to be able to make up your mind that this is what I'm going to do. And within that, there are 3 key things. Okay, so now let's define. So what is a vision? Anybody can explain?
vision is something, the ability to see the invisible, what you want to accomplish.
Okay, any other inputs? Have you guys heard of, some of you all working in the companies, right? Have you ever gone and looked at in your company's website, what is the vision and mission of your company? If not, I would really, really recommend you to do that, okay? So let me give you an example. Let me give you a definition of what this means. Vision means, what do you want it to do in long term? It should answer in a single word. It should answer a letter. It's a word called what. What do you want it to do in long term? If you are building a product, what does this product wants to do in a long term? If you are building a company, what is it? What is the vision of the product? Means what is this product is going to do in long term? If you're starting a company, what is this company is going to do in long term? If you're coming up with an idea, how is this idea is going to impact whatever that you're trying to do in long term? That is what is vision. Vision is a long term, and it should answer what. Okay. The next one is mission. It should answer a word how. You can also use, sorry, apologies, right? Let me go back to vision. In vision, you can also answer a word why, right? I think the most appropriate word is why, more than what. Why do you exist? What do you want it to do in long term? Why, what and why? You can kind of think from that point of view. That's vision. But the single word you need to remember is long term. And then mission is how. How are you going to achieve the vision? But now, when you are having a vision, it's a long term, right? Obviously, you can't do everything that is required to achieve your vision. You need to start somewhere. And then you need to take one step at a time. Right? So the normally mission addresses how are you going to achieve your vision. In some companies, they define it in a way, how am I going to define the vision in short term? They come up with a mission statement for that. But some company, they think, okay, I can actually explain how even for the long term, then they come up with something like that. This is what mission and vision is all about. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a Testopper example only because you're all going to be the future Testopper leaders running the show. What is Testopper's vision? Testopper's vision, long-term thinking is it enables every person to become a part of future workforce. This is the vision of Testopper. I want every person to become a future workforce. That is what answering what and why. Now the mission statement is going to answer how. How? By enabling creative talent through continuous learning programs to fulfill their entrepreneurship and career aspirations. Every person's entrepreneurship and career aspirations. See, it answers how. First one answers why I exit, what I wanted to do in longer term. And second one addresses how I am going to do. But in Testopper, we consider this is what we are going to do in long term and we created a mission. But some companies, they do, okay, next 3 years, I wanted to do this to achieve my mission. So this is my sorry, vision. This is my mission statement. And after 3 years, they modify a little bit and then take it to the next step, take it to the next step. But hopefully that kind of answered you and gave you an explanation what is a vision and what is a mission. Vision is a long term, what and why. Mission is how. And some companies define mission and vision statement combined. So even in Testoper, you can combine, right? A Testoper enables every person to become a future talent by empowering continuous learning programs. By empowering enable creative talent through continuous learning programs to fulfill their career, intrapreneurship, and entrepreneurship aspirations. So some companies can mix vision and mission together, and then they can issue one statement. And the third thing is massive transformative purpose. You should actually Google sometimes when you get time, massive transformative purpose. So the massive transformative purpose means sometimes people explain the vision in a simplest word and they use this term massive transformative purpose. I'll give you an example, right? What is Google's massive transformative purpose? Anyone knows?
Move everything to the cloud.
No. Make the world information available for everyone. That's what is Google's world information accessible to everyone. You can actually Google, right? What is Google's vision? And Google's massive transformative purpose. You will find this. A simple word. So now I'm going to bring all these three things. Different people put it in a different ways, right? Mission, vision, massive transformative purpose. The same message, they'll put it in under the definition of all the three things, but all boils down to company's purpose. Why am I existing? Why my idea is existing? Why my company that I'm trying to build is existing? You should be able to articulate that in a very simple way when you're trying to explain about your company. Remember, it's not important to talk 20 things. It's important to talk one thing and talk clearly. So I asked my son to give me some examples. So he basically put this slide. What he did was he went into somewhere and he got Apple when they pitched many years ago about a few things, and he took some example slides and he put it for me. So if you look at this Apple's why that company exists, it's bringing the best user experience to its customer. That's it. See, when Apple came into this existence, you had the biggest giants having a biggest market share, Nokia, and they killed, right? And see this Apple is like, they don't really care about low market, right? The low earning market. They care about, they're like a what do you call the top line markets is what they focus. And what they have in their device is not big thing, right? I mean, it's the user experience that really changed the whole game for them. Before also you had hardware, before also you had software, before also you had Bluetooth, all those different features in the phones, right? What did they do? They didn't do anything different other than making sure that the customer experience was great. And that's what they built the company around, and they became successful. And that's why you see this as another example, right? I gave you a Testoper example. This is an Apple example. You can go to the website and look at Apple's vision, mission, and massive transformation purpose, and so on. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to actually cover three things, but the time is gone, right? So I'll stop here, respecting the time and your time, this evening, Friday evening. What I wanted you to do is, in our next session, I want you guys to go at least look at three companies and understand their vision and mission statement. And map to the definition that I said. Remember this word. Vision is why, what, long term. Mission, how. Massive transformative purpose, simple words, like putting it in a very simple sentence with 10 words or 5 words, 4 words to explain. Companies does it in different ways. So try to go and research, please. This is going to help you a lot. It might look like a small, simple thing for you, but it's going to help you a lot to become a future workforce, right? You need to understand. If you're working in a company, if you don't know what is that company's visions and mission, then you working in that company is trust me is not justified. At least today, you know it is not justified. So make sure that you go and understand. So those who work in the company, please go and understand their vision and mission and massive transformative purpose. And you're going to explain me tomorrow in our next bi-weekly session. And those who do not work in any company, please go and look at some big companies like Microsoft, Google, Huawei, I don't know, Wipro, or some big companies like IBM, Amdocs, Adobe. Pick 1 or 2 companies and look through this and try to understand. And first 10 to 15 minutes, that's what we're going to discuss in our next bi-weekly, and then we will get into the next step. So with that, I will stop here. Any questions from anyone, please?
No questions, Kadir. Thank you, but
Was it informative? Are you guys learning something totally new?
That was helpful, Kader. Thank you.
I have a question, Kader, actually.
Yes, please go ahead. Pankaj.
Yeah, so let's say a company is started with its vision and mission to get to provide some help or something innovative ideas, right? And then later on they are starting earning monies, and then vision is converted in only to money oriented sometimes. Will that happen, or how they stay to their mission and vision only?
That's the purpose of defining the vision and mission, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
So
to make sure that,
initially they have vision and mission, right? So they wanted to help something or community or something, and then they grew up, and then they started earning money, and then their mission maybe change, or sometimes if they are not consistently stick on their mission.
yes, yes. Then you get into a stage where if you ask me a question, is there a company that has done this? The answer is yes, right? There are many companies, who deviate from mission and vision
Mm-hmm.
for good things and also for the bad things, right? So for the good things, meaning they deviate from the mission and vision and they rewrite their mission and vision to grow, right? Because they want to expand and they want to grow. But some companies are smart enough to kind of define a vision in such a way that it's not going to. It's like, for example, in Testoper, when we were defining, we defined it in a way that we wanted to help people to become a future workforce. Now, the future workforce, after my generation, also this is going to be true. After my generation, also this is going to be true. You see what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So some like, for example, Google, like I said, took an example, right? Make the world information available to the fingertips to everyone, right? So that's what their main goal is, right? And even if you might think like Google means just to go opening a browser and Googling and getting an information. No, right? It could also be like, for example, Google Cloud, right? And all these things, what they are trying to give everything to you, so your life becomes easy, right? It's you can consider everything as an information. They still fall under their own mission and vision. So mission and vision, when you define it, this is the one that's going to keep you to define your strategy. It is going to keep you to define your operational plan. You might not know what is strategy, operational plan. If you know already, that's good. If you don't know, right, I will try to help you, in this process. There's so many things that I have to train you guys, right? So from that point of view, right, this mission and vision is going to really help you to keep on track.
Yeah.
Pankaj.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions from anyone? I took 5 minutes over. Apologies for that. Let's meet in next 2 weeks to go through and continue to learn this. And I would really appreciate that whatever you learn, try to, I'm giving you examples to make sure that you practically also experience, like by Microsoft hackathon we are going to participate, and I'm asking you to go and read your company's vision and mission. I'm trying to give practical stuff, but if you have any bright ideas, or if you have any questions also, right, on a particular topic, hey Kader, what is a business, hey, what is this, what is that, on anything on the business side, please keep asking, prepare a question and ask me. I'll be happy to explain what I know, and if we don't know, we'll go and learn together and come back and learn together. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
sounds good.
That would be great, Kader.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And you guys have a great evening. Good weekend, a long weekend, I guess. And those who are attending tomorrow's Saturday session, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kader.
Thanks.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.